Welcome back to another lesson, and in this lesson I'd like to talk about voice leading within chord progressions. Voice leading refers to the fact that you would like, when you change between two chords, you would like the notes to be as close as possible to each other. So for example, going from a D minor 9 to a G, actually what is this? I'm not entirely sure. This is a G 13th, probably a flat 9, to a C major 7. You see that in the right hand, my notes have made a very small steps, so they haven't moved a lot. And this usually creates a pleasing sound when you listen to it. Of course, this is something that most of the time you would actually like to happen. Now, the particular voice leading motion I'd like to focus on in this video is what I'd like to call opposing motion. So it happens not when notes move in the same direction, like we had in the first example, a D minor 9 to the G 13 flat 9. You see that these two notes move together. Instead, I'd like to focus on a motion where the notes move in opposite directions. I think that's an interesting sound that is worth paying attention to and perhaps mastering if you enjoy it. So I'm going to give you a few examples, and I think through the examples you'll get the hang of it. Let's start with a D minor 9th. So I have a D in my left hand, and an F, A, C, and E in my right hand. I'm going to play a 2-5-1 for those of you who know what it is. And for the next chord, I'm going to take these two middle notes, the A and the C, and I'm going to open them up. And I'm going to play a bass of G. And then I'm going to resolve to a C major 9th. So I'm playing a C and a G, B, D, and E. Played together, it sounds like this. So this sort of internal opposing motion that happens in this chord, I personally find it interesting and worth sharing. Let me give you another example. Let's say that you're playing a C major 7th going into an A, and then going into a D minor, and then a G, and then back to a C. Now, starting out from this voicing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two close notes and, again, push them apart. See, that's a nice sound. And then I'm going to just play a D minor 9th. So these notes, I'm going to move here, and then to a G, and back to a C minor 7th. C major 7th. Let me just go over the notes exactly that I've played. So I have a bass of C, and then in the right hand a G, B, C, and E. Then an A, and in the right hand I have a G, B flat, D flat, and E. And then I have a D, and then in the right hand F, A, C, and E. And then a G in the left hand, and F, A flat, B, and E, and back to a C major 7th. Another example. Again, let's take a D minor 7th. So here's a D, and in the right hand an A, C, D, and F. And I'm going to make this sort of motion in the right hand. It's going to resolve itself to a G. So I'm playing a G in the left hand, but in the right I'm playing an A, B, D sharp, and G, and then just a C major 9th. So play together. One last example. Actually, this example is kind of similar to the previous one, but just let me show you how I play it on a different chord. Here is an E minor 7th, so I have an E, and then a B, D, E, and G. Two middle notes, open them apart. One goes a semitone up and one goes a semitone down. So this is an E minor 7 that resolves to an A, one of the variations on A. So I have an A in the left hand and a B, D flat, F, and G. And just to show you how I think these different voicings can interact together, let's just string them all along into one piece. So that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this sort of sound and that you've learned something new and interesting, and I hope to see you next time.